What's up guys, Chris from AndroidPIT.com with the Galaxy S6 and the Galaxy S5, the previous generation of Samsung's flagship smartphone. So you can see up front, despite all of Samsung's proclamations of a massive design overhaul, they kind of look an awful lot alike. We've got the lovely Arctic blue, or whatever fabulous name we've got. You can see on the side there that things are a little bit different though. We have a metal edge on the edge of the S6. We've also got this kind of slightly scalloped edge compared to the plastic silver edge on the S5. Up top, IR blasters, headphone port on the S5, but it shifts down to the bottom on the S6. Now if you take a look at the bottom of the S6, we can see we have bottom mounted speakers as opposed to the rear mounted speakers on the S5 down here. Now on the back we have this plastic kind of textured rubber on the back of the S5. Looks rather terrible with our square camera lens up the top. That's a 13 megapixel camera. On the S6 on the other hand we have a equally unattractive back, I think, but this time it's glass, and we have a 16 megapixel camera up top with an optical image stabilization function, which is kind of cool to see. Now one thing of course is a glass back means that you cannot remove the back cover. However, it does support Qi wireless charging and turbocharging. Of course on the S5 you can just pull the cover off to switch out the battery whenever you like. Now in terms of interface, the S6 of course has the all new TouchWiz. It's much faster. It's a lot snappier than it was on the S5, and the S5 even with Lollipop is still quite laggy and not fantastic, but you can see in terms of interface differences there's still quite a lot of similarity going on there. Let me just bring up the, don't want the Bluetooth menu, so you can see that let's just switch to the list view, and you can see just how long the settings menu used to be on the S5 and just how short it is now on the S6, even if I'm not scrolling quite so fast. So it's much faster on the S6. Now you can also see just how much faster blink feed, or it's not blink feed, just how much faster My Magazine and Flipboard open on the two devices. It's still not super fast on the S6, but it's not as slow as on the S5. Take a quick look at our multitasking. You can see we've got a slightly larger view there. It looks kind of nice. And a double tap on the home button on the S5 doesn't get you anything. On the S6 brings up a shortcut to the camera, which is kind of cool. Well, it won't bore you with too many of the specs. Obviously the S6 is far superior in terms of hardware to the S5, but check the description below for more information on the specs differences and for our evaluation of which of these two devices is more worth your money. But the long and the short of it, obviously much better display, 5.1 inch QHD, and 77% more pixels than on the S5, which is only a full HD 5.1 inch display. 1 more gig of RAM, making it 3 versus 2. More storage options, but no micro SD card. The battery is also smaller, non-removable. Better camera, better front-facing camera, but actually a little bit lighter. So I'm a bit of a fan of the S6. I'm still a little bit out to lunch on some of the decisions Samsung made. However, I do think that all in all it's a much better device than the S5. But we'll have to wait and see what everyone in YouTube land and in the market thinks as well. So let us know in the comments below what you think of the S6 compared to the S5, and stay tuned to AndroidPIT.com for more, and subscribe to the channel.